Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel. 10 WWE superstars that fans no longer want to see. Number 10. Mojo Rawley. Put simply, Mojo Rawley is very annoying. Nobody enjoys watching him compete, and even his fellow co-workers seem to find him frustrating, which is why it's not a surprise that fans do not want to see him anymore. If he was an incredible wrestler or a great promo, then it might be acceptable for WWE to give Mojo some time on a show, but the fact he's neither of those things, and therefore he has no redeeming qualities to bring him back. WWE has tried to make things work for him, and for a while they did, but there's a reason he only appears on the main event show now, and even that is too much. Number 9. The Undertaker. As hard it is to admit for many people, there are few wrestling fans who actually want to see The Undertaker compete ever again. The mystery has run out for the dead man, and all that is left right now is just an old man who looks to be in pain every time he steps into the ring. While he's one of the greatest of all time, and has the best gimmick in wrestling history, the man no longer exists, and it feels pointless to continue bringing him out and putting him through pain just for the sake of it. WWE now has enough young talent that it's time to focus on them, only using The Undertaker sparingly and mainly for promo work, as the more he wrestles, the more damage he's doing, not only to his body, but to his legacy of work. Number 8. Apollo Cruz. For all the talent that Apollo Cruz possesses, he hasn't been able to make his WWE career a success, and a lot of that's down to the fact he doesn't have enough personality and instead relies upon his moveset to get over. Simply smiling to the audience and then wrestling is only going to take a person so far, and Cruz has reached that limit, and the WWE universe no longer cares, having already seen everything that he has to offer. For the fans, it is now time for WWE to move on from Apollo Cruz and focus time and attention on another wrestler who could offer a lot more than what he's currently doing. Number 7. Zack Ryder. At one point, he was the most popular superstar in the entire company, and Zack Ryder got punished because of that, with WWE not acknowledging his huge fan base and instead making him lose every week until fans stopped caring. There have been flooding moments of success for him, but they have been few and far between, and sadly, fans are now slowly giving up on seeing him ever be used as a top talent or even a mid-card wrestler at this point. It's not that fans don't ever want to see him wrestle again, but rather they want to see him outside of WWE, following in the footsteps of Cody Rhodes and backing his own ability, rather than just accepting the fate he's currently being given. Number 6. Big Show. How many more heel and face turns can we endure? There's no doubt about it, Big Show is the legend of the business, the greatest big man of all time, and a future headline Hall of Famer, but he's not someone that needs to be wrestling anymore. WWE has got plenty of big men that they can push now in Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, and Big Show simply isn't needed, as his recent run alongside The Bar proved when it made no difference that he wasn't there the week after. One final match for him to bow out on might be a nice send-off for the Giant, but there's nothing left for him to do that we haven't already seen, and because of that, fans just don't get excited about him anymore. Number 5. Jinder Mahal. He's had his moment in the spotlight, and it was a gigantic failure of epic proportions, with one of the worst WWE Championship runs in the modern era, and it didn't take long for Jinder Mahal to fall back to the exact place he was before his random push. Vince McMahon tried to use Mahal as the poster boy to attract the Indian market, and it didn't work, and now there isn't much purpose for him to still be around, with Mahal simply working random Raw matches and preaching about his inner peace. With the huge number of talents in NXT right now, it's time for WWE to chop the dead wood that is no longer needed and promote fresh, hungry superstars, and sadly Mahal is one of those names that nobody would miss. Number 4. Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin has been given a major role in WWE lately, to the point where it feels a little bit like the Baron Corbin show rather than Monday Night Raw, with the acting Raw GM being used in so many segments throughout the night. It's clear that WWE fans aren't getting into the Baron Corbin gimmick, which is evident in the fact Raw ratings are dropping each week, and the program is getting incredibly negative response on social media. While Corbin is a solid enough talent, he doesn't have any major appeal and isn't someone that you're ever going to make a main event talent. Therefore, it might be in WWE's best interest to use him a lot less frequently. Number 3. Nia Jax. In wrestling, the most important thing that a talent must do is be safe inside the ring. It doesn't matter how great or boring the gimmick is, and it doesn't matter if they're going to be a mega star. From the top to the bottom of the card, they must be safe. While WWE tries to promote the action that's realistic as possible, the people inside the ring are there to look out for each other and that is something that Nia Jax has failed to do on multiple occasions at this point. Jax has had several incidents on the main roster, from hurting Bayley and Charlotte to giving Selena Vega a concussion at Evolution to her most recent situation with Becky Lynch. If she can't be trusted inside the ring, then sadly, she will end up being cut. Number 2. Shane McMahon. When Shane McMahon first made his return to WWE, everyone was incredibly excited because he was something fresh and different and looked like he was happy to be back where it all started for him. The problem now is that WWE has gone to the well with Shane too many times, forcing him into matches and storylines even when it doesn't fit. It's hard to get excited about seeing him now because he has competed so many times since returning to WWE. Using him sparingly is fine, and if WWE needs to have him on TV, but keep it to the authority figure role and stop pushing him into wrestling matches for no reason, especially when there's plenty of talent on the SmackDown roster. Number 1. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is one of the greatest of all time, no matter what anyone says about him, but the fact remains that the WWE universe has now grown tired of the beast and is ready for the company to move on and feature some full-time superstars instead. Lesnar is great when he's around, and his matches do have a big fight feel, but the main problem is that he's just too repetitive, with the German suplex and F5 being about as far as he'll stretch. Everyone knows Lesnar is capable of so much more, which makes the issue even more frustrating, and because you can tell he's only around the payday, it doesn't help matters. Thankfully, Brock is about to embark another run with UFC and will most certainly be leaving WWE in 2019.